3.
Do you know what happened here in August? You see, when you read the newspapers, my son filmed what was going on. But when you read the newspapers, of course I was here. I couldn't leave my house. I only would go out early during the day. The police were barricading here. You see, I wish I could just go on television. I just want to scream to the whole world. They said that the blacks were rioting against the Jews in Crown Heights and that the Jews were fighting back. Do you know that the blacks who came here to riot were not my neighbors? I don't love my neighbors. I don't know my black neighbors. There's this one lady on President Street, Clear. I adore her. She's my girlfriend's next door neighbors. I've had a manicure done in a house and we sit and kibitz and stuff, but I don't know them. I told you, we don't mingle socially because of the difference of food and, religion and what have you. But the people in this community want exactly what I want out of life. They want to live in nice homes. They all go to work. They couldn't possibly have houses here if they didn't, generally. They have the two incomes, that come in. They want to send their kids to college. They want to live in a nice, quiet life. They want to shop for their groceries, and they want to cook their meals, and they want to go to their Sunday picnics. They just want to have decent homes and decent lives. The people who came here to riot were brought here by the famous Reverend Al Sharpton, which I'd like to know who ordained him. Huh? He brought a bunch of kids who didn't have jobs in the summertime. I wish you could see the New York Times. Unfortunately, it was on page 20. They interviewed one of the black girls on Utica Avenue, and she said, the guys will make you pregnant at night, and in the morning, not know who you are. And if you're sitting on a front stoop, and it's very, very hot, and you have no money, and you have nothing to do with your time, and somebody says, come on, you want to riot? You know how kids are. The fault lies with the police department. The police department did nothing to stop them. I was sitting here in the front of my house when the bottles were being thrown and the sergeant tells 500 police officers with clubs and helmets and guns to duck. And I said to him, you're telling them to duck. What should I do? I don't have a club. I don't have a gun. Had they put it, stopped it on the first night, that kid who came from Australia, his parents were Holocaust survivors. He didn't have to die. He worked. He did a lot of research in Holocaust studies. He didn't have to die. What happened on Utica Avenue was an accident. Jewish people don't drive vans into 7-year-old boys. You want to know something? Black people don't drive vans into 7-year-old boys. Hispanic people don't drive vans into 7-year-old boys. People like, Jeffrey Dahmer, maybe they do it. But average citizens just don't go out and try to kill 7-year-old boys. It was an accident. But it was allowed to fester and the steam and all that. When you come here, do you see anything going on? You see any riots here? No. But Al Sharpton and the likes of him like Doherty, who, by the way, has been in prison, and then all of a sudden, he comes out and he becomes Reverend Doherty. They once did an expose on him. But these guys, they live off of this. You understand? Like people are not going to give them money and contribute to their causes unless they're out there rabble-rousing. My black neighbors, I spoke to them. They were hiding in their homes just like I was. We were scared. I was scared. I was really frightened. I had 500 policemen standing in front of my house every single day. I had mounted police, but I couldn't leave my block because when it got dark, I couldn't come back in. I couldn't meet anybody for dinner. Thank God. I told you my children, they were all out of town. My son, he was in Russia. The coup was exactly the same day as the riot, and I was very upset about it. He was in Russia running a summer camp, and I was very concerned when I had heard about that. I hadn't heard from him that night. And when that night when the riot started, when I did hear from him, I told him to just stay in Russia and that he'd be safer there than he was here. And he was. That monologue is from a play called Fires in the Mirror by Anna Deavere Smith.